So I am back in the garage once again, but this time we're going to be working on the G37. So what I have here today is a short throw shifter for the G37 that I got from GKTech. I bought this short throw shifter in Black Friday. They had a pretty good deal going on for it. I believe I picked it up for $130 something. But the only issue that I had with my order is that the shifter piece is actually wrong. As you guys can tell, mine here is completely round. The correct one has to have the sides flattened out. It was no big deal for me. I just had to wait a couple weeks to get the right one in, and thankfully GKTech was able to solve this issue in a timely manner. This is going to be the shifter rod. Has an extra added weight at the top bushings for our shifter linkage, new top plate for the shifter, spring spacers, and some new hardware and some washers. Got back from the store and picked up some white lithium grease that I'm also going to be using. I need to start taking apart my shift knob and all that, and I need to see to what extent I have to start removing trim pieces. It does look like I will have to remove the entire center console. So here is the center console that we took out. It honestly wasn't that bad to take out. So I will give a shout out to this guy on YouTube. He did a video about a short shifter install about 5 years ago, and that was really great help for me to take all of this off. I am going to get underneath the car. There is a dust shield that I have to take off, and I also have to take off a 10mm bolt that holds on the shifter linkage to the transmission. So here's the bolt that we removed from the shifter linkage. This is actually a 12mm, not a 10. Now that we have that one removed, the rest of the work is going to be inside the car. Now we just have to remove this shifter boot here. There we go. Set that to the side. We have our 3 bolts right up here. We do have new hardware that GKTech sent. They will replace these bolts right here. I'll still like to save them just in case. Now we remove the stop plate that we are going to reuse. There we go. Set our spring to the side. We're also going to be reusing that one. This is the guide that we're going to have to press out. Here we have the old shifter. Here's the new one. I have to press out the shifter out of this cup here, and then I have to press the new one on. So I'm gonna go ahead and head over to one of my homies' shop who has a press, and I'll go ahead and do this. Alright, now we got the old shifter separated from the cup, and I installed it onto the new shifter rod, and we're done here. Let's go back to the garage and finish this up. Now that we're back in the garage, all I have to do left is press in these collars in here in the shifter, and then we're gonna throw this little cylinder in the middle. It's pretty much what our bolt that we removed for the shifter linkage is gonna go through, as you can see. But I'm gonna leave this out for now, and I'm going to grab the spring spacer that we're going to be installing at the bottom, and I am going to grab the shifter and just go inside the car. Another thing, guys, if you purchase the shifter from GKTech, something that is very useful is that they have literally every single product, or just about every single product, in their YouTube channel, and you will be able to find very detailed step-by-step instructions. So we're gonna go ahead and drop the spring spacer here at the bottom. Then we grab our spring, and then we have to line up this groove on the cup for the shifter with that small indentation on the shifter bracket. And we will have to attach it from the bottom. So the next step that we have to follow technically would be attaching the shifter linkage to the rod down below. But unfortunately, I would technically need somebody to put pressure on this for me from the top. And since I'm by myself right now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to install this part of the shifter assembly and only hand thread some of the bolt, just so it puts enough pressure on there for me to go down below and attach the linkage. You said you needed a 12, right? Here you go. Now that we got that out of the way and the shifter linkage is attached below, we have very few steps left in this process. So like I said before, we're gonna grab the top plate and we're gonna, like I was saying, we're gonna match up the indentation on the top plate to the one on the shifter. So after we do that, we grab the top plate. See, these bolts at this point only has to be hand tight, since we do have to adjust the top plate so it matches up with our reverse lockout. We are first going to shift the car into 6th gear. We're gonna hold it and tighten the bottom bolt. After doing that, we'll take the car to 5th gear and tighten the top bolt. And lastly, we will tighten the last bolt at the bottom left corner. The shifter is pretty much installed. You want to make sure you're not gonna go into reverse when you're shifting from 5th to 4th. We just have to slide the boot back on. What are you doing?
Is that the Grim Reaper?
Are you kidding me? Anyways, I started putting the center console back together. I'm not gonna bore you guys with that. All right, so the shifter is fully installed now. Share my opinions on this shifter. Honestly, it feels great. I have heard of a lot of short throw shifters for these cars that tend to lock you out of 3rd gear. I can tell you that that does not apply to this GKTech shifter. This honestly feels like a brand new car. So if you have a Z, a G, you're going to be able to use this same exact shifter. Another great thing about the shifter is that it comes with that additional weight at the top that will make your shifting experience a lot better. Like, this was a great mod. So Calvin just took the car for a ride, and what do you think about the shifter?
Overall, I think it's actually a really good upgrade. I know before when I was driving this car, I had a really hard problem going from 2nd to 3rd gear when I was trying to slam into gears. But this definitely helps like free some of the, well, tighten some of the free play that were within the shifter guides. And I think if anybody's looking for a really affordable shifter, GKTech makes a really good and affordable one.
So I've actually been driving with the GKTech shifter for over a week now, and I can truly say this is a great product. For the price, you definitely get a really good product. This definitely has made driving more fun for me.